Good afternoon, everybody. Colin here with Techout. Today I just wanted to make a couple more performance-based videos on the Surface Go. This is the 4GB RAM, 64GB of storage model right here. So the $399 one. I had a question in my comments below on my review of it, or my first impressions of it, I guess, because I've only had it for about a day now. Is why are you using Chrome on a device with a low-powered CPU? And the answer to that is because I bought this to not use as a laptop, obviously, because it doesn't have the power for that for what I do. I bought this so I can carry it around very easily, which is also one of the reasons I don't have a keyboard with it right now. Somebody said, why didn't you buy the keyboard? And that's because the point of this is so I can carry it around in one hand and use it, use full Windows without having the bulk of a keyboard and a screen and all that kind of stuff. It's really lightweight and easy to carry around and do things on the touchscreen. That's basically why I purchased this. If I was going to add a keyboard to it and I wanted to be able to run, high, processor intensive apps, I would just use my laptop. So the reason I'm using Chrome on it is because it runs Chrome just fine. It opens up, it takes a second, which is expected. It's a $399 device. But once Chrome's open and everything, it runs perfectly fine. There are no issues or anything. I can go to my videos on YouTube. Another thing I use this for is when I'm streaming, I can monitor my streams on it. It plays YouTube videos just fine. I can scroll through everything just fine. All my Chrome tabs sync with my laptop, my desktop that I have Chrome on, so I have all that stuff to, it syncs between the two. So that's why I'm using Chrome. I can browse, XDA developers, and I can do all the stuff I do on there. No problems whatsoever. Everything runs just fine. That's the full Chrome app that you would install on a desktop. I did take this out of S mode, so it is running regular Windows 10 Home, just like your laptop or desktop would. I can open up the Discord app here. Again, takes a second, but it takes a second on my PC with an i9 in it. So, runs just fine. I can scroll through all my servers and chats and stuff like that just fine. I can type in it just fine. On-screen keyboard, I can move that around so I can see what I'm typing. Works just fine. No reason to have a physical keyboard for stuff like that. I may end up picking up the Surface keyboard if I feel like I need it, and it'll have the trackpad on it and everything. But as of right now, I don't feel like I need all that. Everything else is running just fine. I can open up settings. You have your regular Windows stuff, the pre-installed stuff, your Office stuff, all that kind of stuff. It works just fine. I'm not going to load this thing down and bog this thing down with a bunch of apps that I'm not going to use. So I have, TeamViewer, so I can remote desktop if a friend needs help with their PC, or I can remote desktop into mine. I have this cool program called Open Board Viewer, which allows you to look at motherboard schematics. Sometimes the touch interface in Windows does take a second, but I have this so I can look at motherboard schematics. It's kind of just a fun thing I'm doing right now. It's not for anything specific, but it loads all those up just fine. No issues with the performance of this or anything like that. So everything is working just fine. I'm not having any speed issues or performance issues, even though it only has 4GB of RAM. All the apps work fine, and I know people are like, oh, well, internet or Microsoft Edge is optimized for low-powered PCs like this. It's not such, it's not low power to the point where I can't run everyday apps like Chrome and the Mail app and Discord and TeamViewer, all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff works perfectly fine on a device like this. It's when you start loading it up and filling up the storage and running multiple apps at once that kind of stuff's going to get affected. But I'm not doing that. This is just something simple for me, and the way I'm using it, it works perfectly fine with the apps I use every day already. So this has been Colin with Techout. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And as always, have a great day.